That does it for our tour. If you'd like to learn how to make a WordPress website with Elementor and basically make any website you can dream of where you capture your passions and share them with the world, then I'd be honored to be your teacher. Now, let's go ahead and look at the steps needed to make this website, and more importantly, what each of them costs. Alright, so I'm just going to open up our game plan here. It's going to be really easy to make a website with this game plan, and anyone can do it, whether you have no website experience before or maybe you took some class before on computer stuff. Either way, we can all learn a new skill. It's just like learning how to make spaghetti sauce or carve a piece of wood. We can all learn it. So step one that we're going to do is to get a domain name. A domain name is your address on the web, and you need one in the same way that an apartment or a house needs an address for people to find you. You need a domain name so that people can type something into their internet and your blog or website will show up. Facebook's domain name is facebook.com, Netflix's domain name is netflix.com, and if you can't get the domain name you want, then try inserting a keyword after the words you like netflixmovies.com or facebookisreallycreepy.com or whatever you can think of. Or if you don't have your perfect domain name idea, just try to register your firstname.lastname.com. That's a great place to start and really good for branding. And a domain name costs about $11 per year. Once we have our domain name, we can go ahead and get our hosting. Hosting is just a computer that's online 24/7 to host all of your files, like your blog posts, your images, your logo, your image sliders, your copy of WordPress, all of that. It's sort of like when you have an apartment or a house, the hosting is just the land where that apartment or house or townhome or whatever is built on. So you visit the address to get to the hosting, and then you see what someone's built, which is going to be WordPress. So if you get the domain name but you don't have hosting, someone can visit your domain name but they'll just see the blank white screen. Or maybe they'll see some advertisements that your domain name registrar put up. So either way, if you have a domain name, it's really important to get hosting really quickly. But if you don't have either of them in this tutorial, we're going to learn how to set both of them up together. Hosting is the same as self-hosting. It's the same as getting self-hosted WordPress. They're all just different names for one thing. So again, we absolutely need hosting so that people can actually see something when they visit your website, and hosting costs about $10 per month. Domain name and hosting are the two basic things that all of us WordPress people pay for. And once you have them, you can install WordPress onto the domain name and hosting. We're going to install the wordpress.org version, which is the full version, so that we can create whatever we want. We're not limited or missing features or something like that. You'll be able to post advertisements, rank in Google, monetize everything, and make it an entire business. And WordPress, despite what you might have heard, is free once you have these number one and number two things. WordPress is the #1 content management system on the planet, which means just it's the best way that people decide to manage their content online. And we're going to use the best drag and drop technology available today. So I think you're going to find it really fun and really eye-opening how easy it's been all along. Alright, so once we've installed WordPress onto our domain name and our hosting, we just need to do step 4, which is make a website. Of course, that's also free because you're doing it with a do-it-yourself YouTube tutorial, and I'm going to walk you through all of it. I think that's really the way to do it, because if you pay someone to design your website, A, you're out a few $1,000s, and B, you don't know how to manage it, and you have to call them up anytime you want to make the smallest change, which is extremely frustrating. Trust me, I've seen so many people go down that route. And you're going to be truly grateful that you made this decision to do it yourself, because you'll know the knowledge. You can make this website, many more websites for clients, family, friends, business partners, start your own businesses, whatever you want. And by the way, it'll be free because you know how to do the web design. The free part includes Elementor. Elementor is the centerpiece of this tutorial. They are the celebrity cameo. They are the meat and potatoes here, and we're going to use the free version of Elementor. Alright, we'll just crunch the numbers here quick, because I know when I was in your shoes and I set out to make a website, I was super concerned that I was getting the best price available. So the domain name and the hosting together, if we got both of those today, would cost you $11 plus $10, which is $21. But I'm going to show you a nice discount we can use, which is pretty darn nifty. And that will reduce your cost today down to $11.46, which I think is a great deal. We're gonna get that discount using my coupon, which is Big Bonus. Big Bonus is a coupon which is gonna reduce the price of both your hosting and your domain name at the same time, and it's valid at HostGator.com, my web host of choice. They're not the only web host you could use, but they're probably the best value for something simple, easy to use that just plain works to set up WordPress. And the neat thing is, I started using them about 8 years ago, and I grew my entire business with them, quit my day job, all that, and I still power all of my blogs, websites, even client websites with HostGator. HostGator is just the kind of place that every time you visit, you like a little bit more, sort of like your favorite park or lake or wildlife reserve or waterfall or wherever you go boating or play tennis or whatever. That's how I feel every time I visit HostGator. So if you have to leave the tutorial now and come back later or something like that, if you can't finish it, at least you know about this deal that you can use to save on both your hosting and your domain name. And we're gonna set both of those up at hostgator.com, which is another nice feature they offer. All right, so now that we know our game plan and we know what it's gonna cost us, which is $11.46 plus or minus a few dollars, if you decide to beef up your hosting plan or your domain name or something. But it's about the cost of, I'd say, a t-shirt. And how many t-shirts do we have that we don't even need? Even if you don't have time to make the complete website, I really recommend you get these 3 steps out of the way, because then you at least have a website. You've saved yourself a ton of money as opposed to going with a web designer who would just do this for you but charge you like $500 or several $1,000s. And you have a website where you can start putting up your thoughts and writing some stuff and building your brand. So that'll be better than most people have. Ultimately, I don't want you to just have a website idea and say you'll start every day and then the universe just pulls you back into normalcy and you get sucked back into the daily routine and never start your dream. You gotta fight the pull of the universe to go back to your average routine and be amazing instead. And this, in my opinion, is just one of the first steps to doing that.